apart from that, there are these sales, sales related some of the settings available. So in that case, we are having the settings available, and now you can see that. Okay, in this particular screen itself, search by item option available. In that case, you can see if you add as a barcode, so it will give you as a search as a barcode option. Apart from that, search by item description also available. So that also you can do it, and it will give you the option of instead of the barcode or like the item code, you can search it the items by description directly. So this particular setting will get applied here, and there is another setting. What is your first field on the forms? So usually when you are opening this particular sales form, because 90% of the like time of the store is uh, they are spending on this particular screen for the sale. So as and when they open the screen, so the focus of the the cursor is going on mobile number. If you want to change it to scan barcode directly, so it will get changed to here. There is another setting available which is regarding when same item is scanning. So when we are scanning the one item here, so which we can say the item code we have been scanned. So in that case, it will inserted here in the first row, and you if your customer is buying another, like customer have been already bought it the two items from the store, so definitely we are going to scan both items, or customer is going to store is going to scan both items. So at that point of time, do you want to add that same item into the like add new row? So that means first item will get is scanned first time, so it will come here, and if you as per the setting, it will, if you are adding or scanning that particular same item again, so it will add you into the row number 2. In case if you want to update it in existing row, that you can do it. That means against a single row itself, the quantity will get updated as a like two quantity. So this way, that particular setting you can define it. Batch allocation, because in pharmacy or some of the customers having those kind of the batch wise inventory they are having. So or like whatever the batch they are selling it out, based upon that there can be a expiry date, or there can be a different prices on the different batches available. So at that point of time you will be able to uh, when you scan this particular like I can do that as well. Okay, just give a minute. So I have a medicine here, and so if I want to scan something here, so I can scan it easily. And when I scan it, okay, so when I scan this, and I can see, like just I'm removing this item and I'm scanning here. So what will happen? Such kind of window will get opened. Okay. So which will you will be able to enable something which customer is having such kind of the products. In that some of the batches and some of the expiry and the prices according to that. So you will be able to enable this particular screen. So they will be able to easily sell it out exactly from which batch they are selling it out, and based upon that the rates or like the prices will get updated. So for that purpose, you can control this particular batch allocation manually should get happen or get automatically, and the batch selection window you want as and when required, or that should get always visible. Next is that, as mentioned, the credit memo. So credit memo, like why this setting is required, allow credit memo on any store or like on same store only. So when customer is buying from one store, he allowed to return it back any to any store, or like he supposed to come to same store, and then the system will allow to return it back on the same store. So that kind of the setting you can enable here. And further to that, there are some the information available in sales itself regarding the receipt printing. So print automatically, as and when we like the sales get booked, or like receipt get booked, so print of the receipt will get you want the automatically the receipt should get printed or not, that you can control it here. And use direct printing method, that also like these are some like controls, like allow reprinting. So reprinting is allowed or not, that button you can enable or disable here. So some of the customers required such kind of information, so or controls, so that you can give it on the receipt printing. Next is that there are few columns in pause screen. Okay, so there are few columns available, like these are all columns available, item name, item number, descriptions, barcode, and all. So, which columns you don't want in that particular screen? So that you can disable it as key point of points and unit of measurement and stock you don't want. Also, there are two columns which you can see, show color and size. So these columns also you can enable in this particular screen. So as per the need, you can enable these particular columns directly, and you can control it, because some of the customer don't want additional columns. So you can control those columns visibility from the setting itself. Next is that there are some settings, several settings regarding to the payments. So similarly, in payment screen itself, there are few the options available to what kind of payments types should be enabled for the stores, so that you can manage it from here itself. And like, just I'm updating this. So you can see here in the CS screen itself, there is a payment option available. In this particular, cash option available, credit card, others, credit note, vouchers, loyalty point, checks, and transfers. So all these options are available. If you want to control any another options through this, like certain options should not be visible to particular yeah, in that particular company, that you can like disable that, and which won't get here specifically at that point of time when accepting the payment from the customers. So this control is having, along with that, allow partial payments, and in this has been allowed, which will like allow you to select credit on the credit or not. It will give you that option. So card types. So whatever the like card types are there, so it will give you that. Enable posting by credit card. So whatever the payments we are accepting, that are getting posting through the credit card itself. So if we enable this, then these things will get enabled, else it won't get enabled. Yeah, it will be the disable only. So some so these are all settings we supposed to like we can enable it. Or there are some authentication code which may required, like whatever the transaction number, if we received any payment from the customer on the machine, or like on you can say the online itself. So what are the reference number of that particular uh, transactions, that can be maintained here along with the amount. And we want it mandatory to do that, or like not, so that can you may need to enable it here. So this is required for the other payment or credit card payments, that you can see in this way. There is another, like the configuration can be required in terms of the refund. So some of the customers can make a payment in cards, but uh, so may required when they come back with the return to store. So at that point, I would definitely store supposed to give a return a cash directly instead of the card payment. Okay, because they have paid the cash which by the cards which has been already deposited into bank. So when customers ask for the refund, so that time for the non-cash receipt, the cash refund should be get allowed, so that can be like enabled here. Along with that, several setting regarding to the prices, several setting regarding to the prices. So we can say that our prices are the gross prices, which we can say the including the taxes. If that the tax is not inclusive, so definitely you don't need to use the gross prices. So what are the prices are coming? That means the taxes are extra on that. So and on that particular case, you can say use don't use the gross prices. So enable prices, enable batch wise prices. So as I mentioned here as well. So when you are using this setup, so customer may require or may not require the batch wise prices. So that can be you can enabled here. So in case you require the batch wise prices, that also you can like enable it. Next is that apply retail prices on wholesale for wholesale customers, because some of the customers are buying in a wholesale purchase as well. They are that means customers are buying as a wholesale customer, but sometimes they because they are already registered and they can come to the retail store as well. So when buying from the wholesale, as a wholesaler or like wholesale customers, they can have a different price list, but the same customer came to the retail shop or like directly in store itself. So at that point of time, that particular wholesale customer will pay according to the retail prices whatever the store is selling out for the their like store prices for the retail customers. So in that case, because this may required, so that can be also enabled. Apart from that, loyalty point we can configure here exactly. This is particularly the factor we can define it, like exactly for 1 rupees how many points should get or like according to the billing value. So that factor we can provide it again. This is the point redemption factor, so that can be you can keep it according to that how the factor you are giving uh, of the like earning the points. Along with that, we can you can define the maximum minimum points required for the redemption. So this is one of the threshold, like if the customer hangs so this much point, then only the customer can redeem their loyalty points. Along with that, like along with that there are like max redemption of the like percentage allowed on one document. So how many uh, percent that particularly like 50% of the points he can redeem on a single document or like single purchase, that can be controlled, or like he can redeem 100% whatever the uh, that setting we can keep it up. Along with that, one of the setting is available that point factor determined by item groups. In some cases, customer don't want to provide or like control the points according to the groups. Okay, so in one case, in on one item group, there are like they are providing that 1 point, and on another like item groups the another percentage can be there, so that can be enabled. When we do this, so that time obviously we have an option available on the item group itself. So point factor, so it will take point factor from here, so that can be enabled, else it will take point factor from here itself. Allow earning on the points on the discounted item. Already the having the discounts on item, so in that case, the points customer will not be able to earn points. So that can be a controlled. There another is setting available do not earn points if the discount more than like the example is given here, the 60%. So already the item is having the 60% discount, so customer should, is not eligible to earn a point on those particular items. So such settings related to the loyalty point is here that can be enabled. And further to that, there are the negative totals and just adjust in total of the document. So this we can enable for the rounding off purpose itself, and rounding of the document total. So whatever the sales invoice we are, like the receipt we are like generating here, in that case the total will get the rounded off here. And also for the price as well, there are some the rounding off option available. One is that no rounding off, or round to 1 and round to 10, such kind of the setting you can do it for the rounding, which for the price, if you do anything, any setting, which will get applied on this particular price here. So further to that, there are, you can see here the discounts. Okay, so if you want to control that, some of there are two discount option available. One is that header level discount, which indicate this particular field here, and allow row level discount, which indicate these two fields here. If you some of the like customers don't want to allow the discounts to the user directly on their end, so they can disable these all the options here. So these field will get locked here, so they won't be able to give any discount manually. But in some cases customer are providing the discount directly on at that same time when they are selling it out, so that can be enabled here. And along with that, one of the setting available related to discount is when we say that manager user is belonging to us two stores, and he can give a discount maximum of how much percentage. That also can be a controlled. So based upon that only, the user will allowed to give a max discount here. So that it means which user is allowed to how much discount can be controlled. Apply voucher as a discount and apply voucher as a like loyalty points. So there are the setting available for the loyalty points and the vouchers, so that can be redeemed as a discount. So you want it to enable that, can be like enabled, else no requirement of it, that can be like disabled. Next is that control minimum price. So some of the customers like buying price, uh, like they are purchasing these certain items at rupees, like 100, and they want to control any discounts the store is giving upfrontly to the customers. So in that case, specific price list we can define, and we can say that store will not allow to sell any goods um, below this particular price list. Okay, so in, they can give a discount, but they cannot, like sell it on the lower price which has been set here for the store. So this will definitely controlled to on the minimum price of the product.